fans, to the LiverPuncher.com boxing show. We're going to talk about our reactions to Mayweather versus Marquez, where Shane Mosley and Manny Pacquiao stand in the wake of this fight, plus a Fantasy League update and Arreola versus Klitschko. Next on the LiverPuncher.com boxing show.
Well, fight fans, Floyd Mayweather decisions Juan Manuel Marquez in 12 rounds. Your reaction to that?
It was as expected, but not as advertised. You know, everybody thought Mayweather was going to win, but a lot of the promoters, they were building this fight up as Marquez having a chance to win. In reality, he didn't, and we saw that last night.
I agree. It was a fight between a lightweight champ versus a welterweight champ, and this is what you get. It was big man versus the little man. The reach advantage of Floyd Mayweather, almost 5 inches in reach advantage. The size difference, I mean, even the whole weight issue that happened prior to the fight, where Mayweather didn't even make the weight.
Yeah, I mean, he was just too big, and you know, he's a lightweight moving up, and it was just too much for him to handle. And I think that I was impressed on one hand because Mayweather does have skills and it's obvious, but on the other hand, what other top welterweight wouldn't have done that to Marquez? I mean, I think Shane Mosley would have taken Marquez's head off. If a prime Oscar De La Hoya fought that Marquez, he would have knocked him out. I mean, Trinidad, he would have destroyed that Marquez. I mean, it was impressive on one hand, but on the other hand, an elite welterweight like Floyd or Shane Mosley, De La Hoya, would knock out a lightweight.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk, there's been a lot of talk that Floyd Mayweather didn't knock out his opponent, especially a lightweight champion of the world. At the end, it seemed as though he was kind of toying with him. He probably could have gone for the knockout at the end, I don't think... he tried to play it, you know, he got the 12-point decision win. I would have liked for him to take some more chances and maybe knock him out in the later rounds.
Speaking of taking chances, I think the best part of the fight was when Shane Mosley entered the ring at the end. I mean, Shane Mosley is the real welterweight champion. That's the risk. That's the big fight for Mayweather's legacy. If he really wants to be considered the welterweight champion, Mosley, I liked how he got all up in Mayweather's face. That's what he has to do, and those two need to get it on.
We've been talking about that fight for months. Shane Mosley, Floyd Mayweather, actually years, if you really think about it, that they've been talking about this fight. But I mean, explain to the fans what happened. For those of you that didn't see the post-fight interview with Max Kellerman.
Yeah. So as soon as Shane Mosley's name was mentioned, and as soon as he was right there, Mayweather was stuttering up a storm. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's basically the type of reaction he's had for years whenever Shane Mosley's been brought up. It's like Mayweather has diabetes because he's been avoiding sugar for years.
Yeah, really. It's like they've been, I mean, Shane Mosley came up and said, hey man, let's do this. Let's fight. Well, I'm right here, you know, and it seemed like Mayweather, I mean, you see them toe-to-toe, face-to-face, I mean, they're the same size. If anything, Shane Mosley might be a slightly bit taller, but I mean, that's the fight that people would like to see. I know as fight fans.
So what does Shane Mosley really have to do to get Mayweather in the ring?
He's got to continue to promote himself, put his name out there, get in front of Mayweather, tell him I'm right here, I'm ready to go. And of course, if this fight goes down in January, beat Andre Berto and beat him convincingly.
Yeah, the key, I think you hit it on the head. It's beating Andre. I mean, I think Shane Mosley deserves a fight already. He's already, you know, well-established champion, and he has the belt. He has a WBA belt. But you know, Mayweather's gonna make excuses. So what Mosley has to do is collect the WBC belt away from Andre Berto. And like you said, it looks like that fight is happening in January. If Mosley has the WBC belt, the WBA belt, and Mayweather wants to be champion, he's going to have to fight Mosley. And if he has the belts, What's he gonna do?
There's always been the talk that Mayweather's not fighting the guys that are his size or slightly bigger, especially the bigger welterweights. We're talking about the Cottos, the Margaritos, the Shane Mosleys. I mean, it would be nice to see Mayweather face Shane Mosley in January, but of course, you know, there's all the talk with the other man in town, and that's Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
I mean, how does he fit into the mix?
Seeing how this went down, it really does change my perspective of what a Pacquiao-Mayweather fight would look like. Because I think Marquez and Pacquiao are pretty much on par. They're about the same size, same reach, pretty much same skill level, but is too small to be a welterweight. I mean, we still have to see what happens against Cotto. Yeah, I'm almost completely convinced that Pacquiao versus Mayweather is another blowout just waiting to happen.
I'm getting a little more, you know, convinced that, you know, size really does matter in when it comes to Mayweather, somebody in their prime. I can see with De La Hoya, people point to De La Hoya fight, he was bigger. But come on, De La Hoya was nearly at the edge of his retirement. Fighting a prime fighter like Floyd Mayweather, who is a true welterweight, you know, I think is a major difference. Also, you know, the weight, if they have some sort of catch weight to fight Pacquiao, if they specify 144 pounds, they should make sure that Mayweather hits that 144 pounds or have extreme penalties for that if Pacquiao Mayweather were to happen.
So, last thing here, we're going to talk about the Fantasy League, and that was another great shift in what's going on. A lot of great predictions came in, and big props to Hintomas, who is now the top dog in the liverpuncher.com Fantasy League, and he's gotten them all right except for the Ortiz versus Miranda fight, and I mean, that was a pretty big upset. You can't blame him for missing that, but he's doing great, so big props. And but you know, keep those predictions coming in, because a lot of good fight fans know what's going on, and they're right on his heels.
Click to predict, get your predictions in, keep them coming. We got some good fights ahead. Speaking of fights ahead, we got the big heavyweight showdown coming down, and that's Klitschko versus Cristobal Arreola. And what's your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, I talked to Arreola, and man, the guy looks in shape. I've seen him before, everybody calls him fat, you know, and I asked him about that. I said, hey man, you look fat, everybody thinks you're fat. And he said, that's because I am fat. And this isn't a bodybuilding contest, this is boxing. And, but he looked more in shape than I've ever seen him. I don't know, for what it's worth, he's more in shape.
I hope so, because, you know, in his last few fights, I mean, there was a lot of talk that, you know, he wasn't really in shape. I mean, can he go the 12 rounds? I mean, we know how Klitschko is. He likes to jab and make it go 12 rounds and box. Can he do that?
I think Arreola can win the fight. I think Arreola can win. I'm going with Arreola on this one. What about you?
I think it's going to be I think Arreola will have his moments early, you know, but I think Klitschko is going to find a way to win in the later rounds. I think maybe Arreola might get a little tired. I'm hoping Arreola wins. It would be nice to see it, especially in LA, you know, but I'll go with Klitschko 12 rounds.
Okay. Well, that wraps it up for our show this time. Follow us on Twitter. We have a Twitter account on Liverpuncher, and also on Facebook. Go ahead, feel free. You can follow us and, you know, ask us questions, or keep up to date with what we're thinking, and or if you have any suggestions for the site, we're always listening. So thanks a lot, and until next time.